Hello and welcome to Straight Talk Africa. It is Wednesday, May 29th, 2013. I'm Dumiake Mokaliele in for Shaka Sali, who is on assignment on the continent. Hi, Mariama.
Well, hello to you, Dimi,
Thank
and
you.
hello to all our viewers and listeners all over the continent. Happy 50th anniversary to the African Union. I'm Mariama Diallo, your social media reporter.
Now, today we'll take a look back at the history of the African Union and examine the significance, successes, and challenges of the 54-member nation body as it commemorates 50 years of existence.
And coming up later in our STA inbox, you, our audience, have responded to our topic through your emails and Facebook comments. We'll reveal some of them ahead on Straight Talk Africa.
But first, there is no better time to consider the past, present, and future than on an important anniversary, and Africans have been doing just that. With regards to the Golden Jubilee of the African Union, my colleague Paul Cisco has more.
They gathered in Addis Ababa, celebrating 50 years since the launch in 1963 of the Organization of African Unity, the dream of founding father Kwame Nkrumah, now the African Union. Ethiopian Prime Minister and Africa Union Chairperson Haile Mariam Desalegn.
We have to do more than getting the prices right and play a proactive role in pushing forward our transformation agenda.
African Union Commission Deputy Chairperson Erastus Mwencha.
For the last 50 years, Africa has traveled the road of development, integration, peace and security in the continent. So this is a good moment for Africa to say, what were the missed opportunities? What are the assets that we have that should take us forward?
There are pockets of instability and conflict, but generally we are peaceful and stable, but we cannot sustain that peace and stability if we do not attend to issues of development.
African Union Chairperson Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma told attendees Africa cannot continue to depend on outside help.
Outside help is welcome and we'll graciously accept it, but we must also look at how to mobilize resources ourselves for all the things that will make Africa prosperous by 2063.
The AU Assembly agreed to establish an emergency intervention and rapid reaction force to quell conflicts across the continent. It will be formed with voluntary contributions of troops, equipment, and money from member nations. The 10-year-old African Standby Force remains only partially operational. And reversing an earlier position, the AU also approved a proposal requesting the International Criminal Court cases against Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, William Ruto, be sent instead to the reformed Kenyan judiciary.
Out of those people who has been indicted by ICC, 99% are Africans. So this shows that there is something flawed within the system in ICC, and we object that.
The newly elected Kenyan president and his deputy, William Ruto, are accused of crimes against humanity by inciting violence following Kenya's 2007 elections. Kenyan analyst and writer Barack Maluka spoke with us from Nairobi.
To be fair to the AU and little earlier on to the OAU before it, they did play a significant liberation role in the 60s and 70s. They did a good job. Beyond that, I think it's been an annual jamboree of heads of states and government, out of which very little has really materialized.
Africa 54's Vincent McCory asked what Africa's leaders need to do
so that the coming 50 years will be totally transformational.
To open up Africa, to institutionalize good governance, to address the problem of insecurity, and therefore see a lot more of people-to-people cooperation within the continent of Africa, not just leader to leader.
Just like the nations it oversees, the African Union is a work in progress. At 50, the institution and majority of nations it represents are committed to democratic development. Their people and leadership turn now to furthering economic development and meeting their ever-present political, economic, and social challenges. Paul Sisko, VOA News.